Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. Anyway, I hope that you guys are doing absolutely fantastic today and hope you guys are enjoying playing whatever game that you guys are currently playing. But I got some good news and maybe some bad news. No, I guess there's probably no bad news at all. I guess the bad news is I let 2 years go by, maybe a full year. That's the bad news. I just wanted to make sure that things were kind of trucking along the way that we wanted them to. And yeah, obviously they are. I mean, we made $208 million last month. That's pure profit. Pure profit. Even after our $64 million in investments, we made $208 million. So it's crazy. If we look at the chart here, I mean, it's just like, our total income, 401. We beat the last one by almost $100 million from the year prior. So we're obviously going completely in the right direction. And even if we look at like the chart, it is like, it's phenomenal. I mean, so back in what, 1965, we are at 1.1 billion. Finally became a billion dollar company sometime in 1964, 1965. I guess the end of 1964 was 923. I'm sorry, where's 64 at? 64. It's right in the middle somewhere, but apparently it doesn't want me to. That's interesting. Okay, well, whatever. But so basically from 1964 to not even 10 years later, we're going to double our company value. And that is insane. We're going to go from a $1 billion company to a $2 billion company in less than 10 years, and I can only see that it's going to exponentially like boom from there. Now there is a couple things that I would like to try, and that is to do some stuff with the shipping yards. I feel like, I feel like getting airports maybe everywhere isn't probably the best idea in the world. So I was trying to look around and see what we could potentially do, and I found this route, which is going to go from here, from this oil refinery, or this crude oil, all the way over to this refinery over here. And then we can go all the way back and we can create fuel. Fuel can go into Memphis. We can actually send fuel up to Manchester. We can actually send it to Worcester. Yeah, so there's a lot of different opportunities that we have to send vehicles to. Now the only problem is Memphis, and that is because, well, there isn't any bridges over here, and it's going to be very expensive to do this. And right now our only ship, well, we have 2 ships. We have this one that transport logs between one side or the other, which it's only full one way and not even completely full. And then we have our tool line, which is down here. Even though it says ship number 3, I deleted one of the ships at one point because the ships got bigger, could hold more capacity, things like that. And that's bringing it down to Jacksonville, and it's being delivered around here. Now, there are some other things that we do need to take a look at, as far as like how we really want to grow these cities. And I've been talking about this for a while, but we're starting to get to that year in the game where we can start, things are starting giving to us really quickly. So I wanted to slow down some time, in essence. So what I want to do is, right now we've had it at 1 time, and that's kind of give us access to like some of the planes and some of the things like that. Obviously there are certain planes that I would love to be able to get my hands on, like, a 757, 777, 747, whatever other ones the game decides to give to us and things like that. I would love to be able to have access to that, but I think for now what we're going to do is we're just going to slow it down to like half speed. So we'll probably make a lot more money this year in 1970 just because of this, but I'm also going to spend a lot because we're going to get the shipping yard up and kind of set for what we would like it to do. So it's at half speed, and eventually I might lower it down to like, a quarter speed because it's probably going to go way too fast anyway. All right, so where was that oil? Right here. So what I would like to do is Why is this all up? Was I gonna bring something in here, or did they just bring that up there? Okay, well, whatever. So let's get rid of this road. I don't really know why this road even technically exists. It doesn't even need to. And it can come barely out of, what is this city? It is Miramar. Okay, so we gotta get up to here. Yeah, and I know that you're not gonna like that, and you're just gonna have to deal for the time being, because we're currently paused. And either this is gonna be a really good idea or a completely horrible idea. I just feel like, you know, having as many planes that we're eventually probably going to have, because I'm plane fanatic. I love flight sim and things like that. I've enjoyed planes, wanted to be a pilot when I was younger, and all kinds of stuff, you know, there's that. But what we're gonna do is we are going to level this, and we're gonna take it from here, and we're gonna build a port. Oh my god, it's already $3-4 million. I told you it was going to be expensive. Kind of bring in a port area. I'm hoping that both of these can kind of just connect to one port. I don't know if that's going to be possible. All right, now what I want to do is come in here, and I would like to kind of flatten this out a little bit. At least make it look a little bit more natural, because right now, you know, it definitely looks like a port. It definitely looks like a port, which that's fine. That's what it's going to ultimately be. But having a bigger port would be probably a little bit better than this little tiny thing. Let's go ahead and smooth all this out. Make it look at least a little bit nicer. How's that looking? Pretty slopey. All right, how much did we just... I'm curious to see how much money we just spent on that. Go back to our table. $21 million. What? That's $21 million. I could have bought like 3 planes. Oh my god. Or an airport for that. Okay, well, whatever. Cargo hub, we are going to turn it this way. And that looks like it would be fairly in the middle. Bring it down actually like here. All right, so we need to go into configure this, and what we'd like to do is get rid of that, and then we're gonna go ahead and put in a couple large come on, you can do it. There you go. There, now this looks kind of funky, right? Now it's a big old port kind of doing nothing. So I guess what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to expand this probably a little bit more. Bring this out, to about there, I guess. And then the same thing on this side. Bring it in maybe just a little bit more. Oh, that was probably too far, but whatever. All right, now we can kind of fix that up a little bit. At least the best that the game will allow us to make it look. And we just spent another, you know, however many millions of dollars worth of fixing that. We're up to $28 million for this port so far. That's awesome. Now that's what we like to see. Big old investment. All right, so what we're gonna do is grab a road, country road, take me home, this guy, and we're gonna go. I'll say there. Okay, there. And what this can do, I hope. Actually, let's get rid of this. Kind of weird. That's a little bit closer than I want it to be. Actually, let's maybe do a little bit of a bend. I want it to be able to connect like right in this area. And then we'll have it kind of bend around. There, it's still kind of connecting. Then we can maybe do something like this, and then something like that. Now, hopefully... No, it's not close enough. That is fantastic. Not really. Let's see. Let's do... Can we do... Maybe configure this and put a cargo thing there? Is that... That's not close enough. Oh, I bet because the road's not actually connected right there. Let's try... All right, let's try this. I was really hoping that we could get away with that, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. Interesting. Okay, well, I thought we were going to be able to do this and it wouldn't be that big of an issue, but obviously it looks like it's going to be. That's great, right? And then we'll just do that, and we'll do here to there. This one, I was hoping that they was going to be close enough, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to. So if we come up maybe like this, and then maybe just go straight across. That looks really weird, doesn't it? A little goofy. Road. Oh my god, we're spending way too much money on this. This is just this is a huge experiment is what this is. I don't even know if this is actually going to work out because so far my shipping lines just have not been very profitable whatsoever. Oh my gosh, this looks like ass, doesn't it? All right, can we, I guess, make this just look a little bit better, please? And then what we can do is do that to there, and that to there. Okay, I mean, that looks a little better-ish. We could come in here and flatten all this out a little bit, kind of make it seem a little bit more natural in this area. Something like that, I guess. All right, that still looks like ass, but you know what? We'll make do with it. And unfortunately, let's see, if we do cargo landing here and there, I guess we can put one right in the middle too. Okay, so that one reaches that, but it doesn't reach this. Why? Why doesn't it reach that? There we go. Nice. Okay, we just had to mess around with it for a little bit. I was hoping that a big dock like that would actually work out really good. I don't know if it's actually going to or not, because I think this is going to be really expensive, but at least it looks fairly natural. Come on, give me a break. It's my first actual like shipping line. Now, where was this oil refinery? Right there. And it's inland pretty far. Oh, man. Oh, man. So if we make like all of this water, this could potentially be a big port at some point. That'd be kind of cool. So I guess we'll just do from here and in and spend millions of dollars again. Again, I don't know if this is worth it or not. That's a $16 million investment right there. Okay, we'll do something like this. Something like that over here. Make that squared up a little bit more. So this should easily be close enough to that. I hope. Oops, we were facing the right direction to begin with. So let's turn that back around. And we'll do, I guess, just right in the middle. And let's see if we can get a decent road in. Actually, if we do this and we go like right here, I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. And then we can kind of flatten that area out a little bit better. It looks a little janky, but whatever. A road. There we go. Kind of right in front of the shipping yard. Nope. And we got a couple connections there. And I suppose what we could do is just kind of maybe just curve it like right to the front. Something like that. There we go. All right, I'm happy-ish with that. I feel like this is going to be way too much of an experiment, but let's smooth all this out because it looks absolutely ridiculous right now. And come over here and do the same thing. And if we get like just billions upon billions of dollars, I can maybe like make this actually look really, really cool with like rocks along the edge and like a lot of different, just a lot of texturing ultimately is what we'd be doing with this. Okay, so now we need to do, I'm just curious, how much have we spent on this total project? $52 million so far. Definitely not our most expensive line by any means. Oops, we are not going to go there. We're going to go from there and then there. Hello. Okay, that was kind of weird. It like game like glitched, like paused out on me, and then back. Now the question is, I can click on any of this and it selects it, right? So it doesn't matter what area we go to, we can port at any place. Fantastic. So ultimately I could have the same line, but I could have them dock at different areas if I want to, and the same thing down here. Now the thing we do have to do is configure this. We have to delete this guy. And then we need to do a cargo, and we need to do a large one. If I were to do extend that, and extend this one just to have it, then okay, so that one, that side's good to go, but this side looks like, well, you know, it just now looks like it's just part of the land. You know, what would actually be kind of cool is if we actually filled all of this in. Let's say like we kind of like fill this in with land on this side. Maybe a little bit more of a height. The same thing over here, maybe like that height. I don't know, that seems like it would be kind of cool. I don't know if it just seems more like a port to me with that. Now I know that it was very expensive to do that, but to me, it just seems like, yeah, it would be a little bit more natural, like how you would actually find like a port. Got like the gravel down here, like right at the edges, maybe a little bit of water kind of coming through the dock area. I don't know, it just seems a little bit more realistic to me. I don't know, maybe that's just me being way too picky, but that's what we're gonna go with. So what we want to do is, I'm hoping that it just automatically knows where it's supposed to go. So there is a boat yard right here, and I'm gonna go cargo, and we got a big old oil ship, and that's all it's good for, right? And I'm perfectly fine with that because I can handle a lot of oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy one. It's actually not very expensive compared to a lot of the other ones that we've actually have done. Wow, it seems like it's kind of laggy for some reason today. Let's see, let's find our line 1, and then this is going to be, you know what, I don't even know where we're coming from. So this is Port St. Lucie. I think that's how you pronounce that. Lucie? From, and we'll call this Miramar. So lines, edit, Miramar Port oil to Port St. Lucie oil, I guess is the best way that I can say. All right, let's I guess unpause this and see what happens. I want to see our brand new vehicle come out here. I mean, we're look at that. We're already, see, we spent total. I wish it would actually tell me total expenses. Oh, it does. I mean, I guess that's total. So $59 million, and we're already back up to 40 million. Okay. Now, is this producing oil already here? Oh my god, it is. It is a... Whoa, why is it... It is really, really piling in really quickly. All these are. What the heck? We got a big old autosave happening. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be massive. All right. Okay, cool. That works for me. We've already got, oh, that's tools. Already got 69. Okay, wow. 69 oil already over here. So how can I configure this to this like massively old? A ton of oil. Miscellaneous. What do we got? Pedestrian entrance. I wonder if I should have like just... What is taking so long to keep up with this? Oh, you know what? They're mad at me because I... Hold on. They are really mad at me for not giving them the time of day and putting the road back. There. Now I don't have to do anything additionally over here. Fantastic. Okay, so I need to connect up. I guess we just go from there to there, right? Now that would technically be solved. So now if they want to go up to Worcester, they have to go through the port just to get up there. That's kind of funny, actually. All right, how much oil we got there now? 118. Oh man. All right, well, let's I guess go ahead and get another one. I mean, this I don't feel like this line is going to make me much money at the beginning of its life. But the reason that I kind of wanted to be able to use ships, and I've explained this in the past before, is trains are the only cargo. If we were to take a look at any of these, and it doesn't matter which one we look at, we can look at trucks, we can look at ships, we can look at planes. But so if we go into and like purchase the vehicles, we have an option to choose a vehicle that delivers all goods. Okay, the same thing if we were to look at the ships. If we come over to the shipping yard that's over here, and we say, okay, well, let's look at this one over here, and we go buy vehicles, we can actually transport, you know, a majority of the things that we want. Like this one actually does all, and there might be something later that does all cargo as well. But the reason I picked this one is we are only transporting oil. But if I had something else on this line, like if I was bringing crude oil to a factory down there, but I didn't have a place to really bring it back, but I had, say, forest area that I could bring back to logs that was in the same general area of what I had before, you know, I could choose this or something like it that would allow me to carry both things back. Now, these ones don't accept oil, but a majority of things with ships, you can do that. And with planes are really interesting too, because you can do the exact same thing. You know, planes will give you the possibility of actually transporting all cargo. It doesn't matter if it's oil or if it's food or if it's construction materials. So that's why I've kind of shied away from doing anything with trains this time, because you have to be very specific about what you want to carry. And that's why the lines that I have set up, regardless of what direction you're going, they're carrying what they need to carry. So I have an oil line that brings crude oil to an oil refinery and then back where it makes plastic. But then I have another train that takes plastic all the way up here to make goods up at this factory. So it's taking plastic one way and then it's taking goods all the way back the other way. And then the same thing with the wood line or the forest line. The forest line is going from here all the way over to Oxnard Sawmill and then back. So, you know, there is, you know, I'm doing a lot of that stuff so that, you know, the trains and, you know, it's full both ways. So to find some of those lines can be a little bit tricky. And it doesn't happen very often. You know, food only takes two things. You know, it takes to go from here to there. So food should almost never be transported by train for the most part, unless you have a city like, you know, Manchester here that had this like right next to it, where we could transport food at a long distance, have it turned into, or have the wheat turned into food and then brought back, and then a truck would deliver it into Manchester. You know, that would be an option for us if that's something that we really wanted to go ahead and do. And this city has grown so much because I'm bringing in goods. There's so much plastic just chilling here. There is a lot of goods just sitting here as well. And I might have to expand some of these trains because, quite frankly, I can't keep up with the production. I mean, there's 1.27 thousand. I mean, so it's 1,200 crude oil sitting here. That's crazy if you think about it that way. And I don't know why it's kind of lagging there for a second. That's interesting. Probably just need to restart my computer. It's been on for a couple of days, but fine. And yeah, and I noticed that the time is going by extremely slow now because we've actually turned it down by half. I've always hated the fact that it seems like doing any type of deliveries in the game just seemed like, I mean, they still take forever, but they felt like, going one way on a train line would take a year. So you have 1 year that's profitable and 1 year that's really not, right? But whatever. So this line, I would love to actually do some more changing with this line. I think right now we have high-speed track there. Oops, let's see. We want... No, that's right. So 157 around that corner. I would like it to be as close to 180 or higher if possible. I mean, the best high-speed line that you can get is, I think, 300 in the game, which I don't have access to. But then we have this intersection down here, and this is actually okay because, trains are coming in and out of this. So at 100 miles an hour is fine right here. But, some of this is, this is really close to each train station, so that's whatever. It kind of is what it is, and then it kind of ramps up again after it hits past this station here. So unfortunately, there's like 4 stations that are really close together, so it doesn't really have a chance to just like completely speed up. But I guess it's fine. All right, so now the thing that I would like to do as well is we have a fuel production being made here, and I would like to send it off to one of these cities. So I think because of how much we're actually going to have down here when that time comes, we don't really have to, I don't know. Just trying to I'm trying to think out loud. Thoughts really aren't coming into play. But I'd like to be able to ship the oil somewhat because we're having so much being made. I'm hoping that the production of this one right here can maybe be split between 3 cities. So Worcester, Manchester, and also Memphis, because Memphis, I really want Memphis to grow. Oh, Memphis has grown a lot. How's Jacksonville doing? Jacksonville's doing pretty good too. Now, the thing is that I really need to do, especially like now, is find a way to get airports very nearby the major cities, because that way at least I don't have to build the city around an airport or figure out how to build this airport in the city. I can put one where I want it, and then the city can kind of grow up around it. But Jacksonville is kind of limited, right? I mean, that's our biggest city right now, but it's limited because it can't go. Maybe it will grow across the water because it is relatively close and we've given it some bridges. That is always a possibility. I don't know if that's going to do what I hope it's going to do, but we'll see. I feel like I'm gonna have to have a ton of barges on this line just to kind of keep up with all of that. Wow. There's a lot stored there, and I can't produce enough fast enough, can it? I mean, it's producing, it seems like, fast enough for the trucks to come in and get loaded in here. Now, I am wondering if I should kind of renovate some of these things to have an in and an out so that they're always not on top of each other. I think going forward, I'm going to start doing that. Because there are, if you click on these, there are an option to, I guess, if we click on the station itself, we can configure it. And you can go, you know, in and out, like stations. And I feel like that might be pretty good to do. That way we have a more... like a better flow of traffic. Maybe have everything on one side instead of the other, so that it's everything just flows a lot better. All right, let's see. We got how many tools? 156. That will take actually almost a full load. Not bad. Wow, we're getting up to like mass production, aren't we? Okay, nothing's being produced there, but we got this one. I mean, everything is being transported because of this. Is this ship even actually making money? Probably barely. I mean, is there enough tools being delivered? We could probably deliver a little bit more, but there's a lot just chilling here, so we could find maybe another place that we could drop these off at. Miramar would actually need that. Maybe I should consider... I could bring... maybe some tools back? Deliver it from here? And have tools shipped over to Miramar? That might work. You know, the other thing that I noticed is, why have I never upgraded this road? Like, what was I thinking? But we can upgrade all of this and all of this all the way out to... hello? There we go. Perfect. There, that will make things a little bit quicker. I hope. How much oil? It's been a year since we ordered our first ship, and not even one ship has made it out there. We've got 4 out there, and not even one has made it. Where is the closest one? It's right there. It's so slow. All right, let's go ahead and get maybe... do more at this point. But yeah, we're gonna make so much more money this year. The first half of the year, 237 million. And then the second half, $260 million. I mean, our road vehicles, look at how much money we're making on road. Actually, our road vehicles are almost, at least in the first half of the year, second half of the year, we made almost the same amount. That is, and then our water vehicles always lose money, but they're going to right now because we've ordered how many of them, and they're not even like producing anything yet. I'm gonna need a lot of this is gonna be a huge barge line when this happens. But the problem with going back is this takes 2 crude oil. So unfortunately, if we bring a full load over, which is what, 220, 240. If we look at this ship right here and look at this, 240, it's only gonna ever take back max 120 because it can only, you know, yeah. So it's gonna be kind of rough. I mean, it is going to be a much slower line, but I wanted something maybe a little bit different than planes all the time. Planes, trains, and automobiles. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed me set up kind of my first official major expansion for fuel that really will make sense here in the future. But if you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it. And you guys stay gaming.